Yeah. Ooh, la, 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 la. Yeah. Shakur Prendergast Entertainment. Hey. System for equal rights. Sometime in life mess up. And no matter how hard them a fight, tell them say me nah give up. Yeah, tribulations we face in a life, me just a hold it and I go and live up. Hey, look what them do to Jesus Christ. Mankind too dangerous. Hey. Fighting the struggles all angles. Feels like a...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the great ground, as they call it. This is where the remains of Sarah Garvey and Marcus Garvey, parents of Marcus Messiah Garvey and grandparents of Dr. Julius Garvey and Marcus Garvey Jr. This is where the mortal remain alive. They're resting, sleeping. We're here in Priory, and I'm having a wonderful time just to be here with Burton Davis and Mr. Wilbert Hines and Mr. Arthur Prince. I feel blessed to be sitting here. Mr. Davis, tell us a little bit more about your rich knowledge of the Garveys.
Well, my rich knowledge of the Garveys starts from tender age, because my grandfather, he was the first person who told me about Marcus Garvey, and he come and showed me these things. So on account of that, I grow up and I read and I listen to the elders all the time till I realize now where his parents is buried and his grandparents is buried. And I know that he was a Mason also. And I know the two where his grandparents buried around Island area there. And I know that he built an oven up the road there where the black was there living and such a like.
Wow. And
let's proceed now.
yes.
Reading about Marcus Garvey, I heard about him. I was very much inspired as a young man coming up.
Yes.
He was a leader. He was like a president.
Yes.
In other words, a messiah of the black man. You see?
Yes, yes.
And he didn't he come to Jamaica? I was prosecuted.
Yes, he was prosecuted in Jamaica.
Okay. Well, later on, I would have been to come to this earth. And I understand what you call it, the co-prosecutor.
Right.
He was the leading person of law, or a lawyer in those days. And he took the job as crown prosecutor because he was penalized Marcus Garvey.
Yes.
And that was, I think it was Norman Washington Mandel.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was Norman Washington Mandel. He was the one that sent Marcus Garvey to prison.
Yes.
Yes, he was the one. And up till now, my younger generation, who is double time education, all the while elementary and speak of it. And I always think all the while that these things could be bring to light.
Yes.
Bring to light. Now they're speaking about hero. I think Marcus Garvey is a fitting place to become a national hero of Jamaica. He's a hero of the black race. He's a leader. Without questioning.
No question.
Without any question.
Without any question. Let me ask you a question, right? Because while we were there discussing the great lives of Sarah and Marcus Garvey Sr., we asked, has anyone ever visited this spot? Is this spot documented?
This spot?
Right here.
Yeah, lots of people come here to take pictures.
A lot of people come here to take pictures. Black and white people come right here.
We always think that.
You always tell them of this
Yes,
place.
always tell them of it. You know.
So you're more like the caretaker of the great ground.
Yeah, one of them.
One of the caretakers of the great ground.
One of them. Yes. And
What make you draw to Mr. Garvey so much? I mean, you could have drawn to a whole lot of other people, but Mr. Garvey is like something very dear and close to your heart.
yes, dear, you know, when my old people always tell me about Marcus Garvey, it sounded human. It sounded like it was more angelic.
It was more angelic.
Angelic.
Mr. Davis.
More angelic. So on account of that, I always humbly listen and record.
And record.
When I have the ability to read and write, I learn about Marcus Garvey without any question. without any question. Before I could read and write, I was learning about Marcus Garvey, and my grandfather's family, right out to the corner there, where I could go, the tree was where they stand up at top. And you could further up to show me that this is Marcus Garvey. And less than 3 years ago, some poor people from the street like them was to see one morning I was coming up and they stopped and look over the place and said, this bag is a Marcus Garvey body. The elder like community, you know?
Yes.
They always talk and they hear talk.
Yes.
So it's a blessing having you here today.
And
Just the first step of this stepping stone to let you know more.
more.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, as you know, Mr. Davis, we here at Big Stone Records and also the Marcus Garvey Planning Committee is committed, and we stand loyal and we stand rooted to exposing the hypocrites of Mr. Garvey, the Bagawayas and all the others who that come up against Mr. Garvey, come up against your saying. And we're here to expose the truth. And that's why we took this pilgrimage from Kingston to come all the way to Priory in St Ann, where it all started.
Yes.
And this year, the 126th birthday of Mr. Garvey, we are doing this in collaboration with IRI FM, in as Andrea Williams says, in African solidarity. We're doing this.
Yes,
And we want the world to know that Mr. Garvey is the greatest black man that was ever born from a woman. And we say that with no apologies, okay? He's our saint, he's our hero, he's our first national hero, and only international hero. I want to thank you very much. I'm going to come back and talk to you some more.
Yes,
And I will let you escort me to where...
As soon as it begin to spin and work, it begin to surface.
Yes, I know. I want you to take me now back to where the parents of Marcus Sr. and Sarah Garvey were buried. And that would be the highlight of it all.
Yes,
so
yes,
once again, we want to thank you very much for your time, Mr. Ines.
Yes.
Thank you. So Mr. Ines right there. Mr. Ines, what would you want to say to the world in part in backing up what Mr. Davis says?
Growing up as a little boy,
Yes.
I hear about Marcus Garvey.
Yes.
And say he was a old great man.
Yes.
Yes,
And that knowledge will stay with you forever.
that's right.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I came to Priory searching for the great ground of where Mr. Garvey Sr. and Sarah Garvey, the mother of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, were buried. And I found that spot. And I want to thank all the people involved, Ms. Lawrence here, for giving us permission to actually come on her property and to do this so that the rest of the world can see where the remains of Mr. Garvey's mother and father lies. Thank you very much for watching, and we see you. And what, you want to say anything else?
Yes.
Say it.
I will make contact with the family.
Okay.
Relatives them tonight.
All right, please, because I know there's a lot of Garveys still left here,
Yes,
the great-great-grandchildren and so on and so
I
forth.
was trying to make some contact with them, but we couldn't make no contact.
Okay.
But I will do my best. I will do my
find them.
endeavor to make contact with them.
Thank you very much.
Because we are close friends, you know.
Because you have some
We and the Garvey grew up like sisters and brothers.
Yeah, you're close friends.
Yes.
And you still have Garveys living in the Priory.
Yes, man.
We want to meet them.
Yes.
Thank you very much for having me. And I want to thank you very much for watching, all right? And show this video to your children, and your children, and your children, to let you know that being black, as Mr. Garvey says, is not a badge of shame. No, but it's a badge of honor. Okay? Thank you very much for watching. Hotel. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to In the Streets. My name is Claude Sinclair. I'm chairman of the Marcus Garvey Planning Committee and president and founder of Big Stone Records. Today I'm very happy. I'm so happy you would not even imagine how I feel within my heart, because I'm standing here on holy ground. I'm standing here where lies the remains of the Right Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey, mother and father. His mother's name is Sarah Garvey, and his father's name is Marcus Garvey. I'm standing here right in Priory St Ann, where all the greatness of Marcus Garvey started. Whatever Mr. Garvey accomplished could only be accomplished by his parents being who they are. Miss Sarah Garvey named Marcus Garvey the Messiah. And when she said the Messiah, she means the Messiah, because that's what Mr. Garvey is. The Messiah, the liberator for all his people, not just the people of Jamaica, not just the people of the Western Hemisphere, but all the black people scattered right across the world. He is a beacon of light. The philosophy and the opinion is the only way out of slavery, the only way we can redeem ourselves and liberate ourselves. Mr. Garvey spoke of the emancipation of chattel slavery, which means the removal of physical chains from our hands and our feet. But Mr. Garvey also spoke of the second emancipation, and that emancipation is that of your mind. No, whilst others can remove the chains and shackles from your hands and your feet, only you can move it from your mind. But guess what? Mr. Garvey has given us the blueprint to move those chains and shackles from your mentality, and to show you that, hey, you can become somebody. You can become self-reliant. You can become self-determined. You can become anything that you want to become. To my left, I'm here with my friend, Wilbert Hines. He is over 70 years old. 74 to be exact. And to my right is Burton Davis, another Garvey'ite. And to my further right is Mr. Audley Prince. We're surrounded here with people that can give us the rich legacy and the history of these great people that produced the #1 individual on the planet Earth, and that is Mr. Marcus Messiah Garvey. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to come close to Mr. Photographer, because you know the train and not that's a train, the vehicles and all the nights that is coming by. I want to speak to you first. Wilbert, how you feel to be standing here on holy ground? What are your feelings going through your mind right now as we speak?
Well, Marcus Garvey, he is a good man. I grow up.
Right.
As a little boy.
As a little boy.
Yeah. I never hear anybody give any bad name, not at all. Yeah. I'm just a nice man. Yes. But I don't know much about it.
I can understand based on your age.
Yes.
But I was told by Empress Angela that she heard from people, you know, who have all this wealth of knowledge, that Mr. Garvey was such a very wealthy individual.
Yes.
And he owns many fowls, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then when all these fowls had eggs, he would just give them away to people.
Yes.
Just like Marcus Messiah Garvey, he wasn't a selfish individual. He shared everything that they had, and they shared their son to the world.
Yes.
Wilbert, it is an honor for me to stand here with you, and it is an honor for me to present you to the world, so the world can see that you, as an individual, still remember the grandparents of Mr. Garvey, which is Dr. Julius Garvey, and also the mother and father of Mr. Marcus Messiah Garvey. I feel good.
Yes, yes.
Burton Davis, you look like a military man. Talk to me. What are your feelings about, first of all, the parents of Mr. Garvey, and of course, Mr. Garvey himself? How do you feel? Talk to me.
Speak about the parents. The parents is an extraordinary character.
Yes.
They not only was parents, they were teachers, they were guidance angels. Not only for Mr. Garvey, but for others.
Yes.
Also from Mr. Garvey, he was a man of extraordinary character also. He was a born leader with God at his side. He always followed the footsteps and the guidance of the Bible. In my opinion, Marcus Garvey was no ordinary human being. He was a man among men.
He's a man among men.
Yes.
Very well said, my brother. Mr. Davis, how old are you, sir?
I'm 70 years old.
You're 70 years old.
Yes, sir.
What would you like to say to I mean, you've said so much already, but what what else you want to say? I mean, I'm so lost with words, I can't even ask the right words here. Talk the things them. Let the people know what's going on, man. I'm overwhelmed.
Marcus Garvey is such an extraordinary person that he's like saying, he's like a jewel beyond value, where everybody would like to own.
Let me repeat that. Mr. Garvey, Marcus Messiah Garvey, is like a jewel with no value. It's priceless. You cannot put a value on such a great human being.
Yes.
Continue, my brother.
And everybody would like to have a hold at it. And that is the reason why sometimes we may become into some controversy. Like people claim that he was born here or he was born there. Marcus Messiah Garvey was born in this blessed district of Priory in St Ann.
Unquestionably, there's no doubt.
Yes.
And of course, later on, before the lighting goes, we want to go back to that yard. Somebody pointed to a yard. Is there a yard close by here?
Yes, where they told me that Marcus Garvey born.
Where the actual yard of where Mr. Garvey was born.
And all those property at that time was Garvey's property.
All the properties that were Garvey. Our Empress Angela told me that she heard, right, that Mr. Garvey, the original Mr. Garvey, owned properties both sides of the streets in Priory.
Okay.
So they were not poor people. So you see, Mr. Garvey was born into wealth, but he did not think about money. He did not think about going about his own personal business. He took on the problems of over 500 million slaves. And that's what he said. He said, if you ever mess with Africa, look for me in the whirlwind, because I'll be coming armed with over 500 million slaves. What a feelings. Anything else you want to say?
Yes. The saying that Marcus Garvey was born at Top Road in St. Anne's Bay is fabricated. Marcus Garvey lived and go to St. Anne's Bay to work at a printing office in front of the courthouse.
Okay.
And from there he was living at Top Road.
Okay.
You understand? The man who I believe forwarded his information was the very man who did have him arrested when he was preaching against the oppression of black.
Okay, great.
You understand? And that man's name was Carpy Rose. He was a
Carpy Rose.
He was a district constable at that time.
Okay.
You see? Okay. Well, round the road there in front of Island Dairy, when I was going to school, my grandfather took me and showed me two tombs.
Yes.
Two tombs. That's where his grandmother no. This is mother and father.
Right.
But where his grandmother and grandfather buried.
What you saying to me? Hold on for a second. Hold on there. What are you saying?
Yes.
That you can actually take me to where?
Yes.
The mother and father of Marcus Messiah Garvey's mother and father. Which is his...
Yes.
I can't believe this.
Okay, let me go on further. And there was an oven there that built by his grandparents. And there was also one at a place up there.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And my grandfather was a man who always took me around and showed me, all those things, because he was very much in line with Marcus Garvey teaching and inspiration.
Thank you very much.
He tried to pass it on to us.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause, guys. Guess what? We want to clap him because we need this for our children. We do not just need this information for ourselves. We need it for our children and our children's children and our children's children. We are going to make sure that whatever happened to us in slavery will never ever happen again. Thank you very much, Mr. Audley Prince. I know you're waiting patiently, Mr. Prince.
Yes.
What do you have to say to the world?
First I have to say,
Yes.
first to comment, give thanks and praise
Yes.
to the Almighty.
To the Almighty.
Yeah, to know that
Yes.
I have a mother and a father who come together. And my father and my mother have sexual intercourse. And my mother gave birth to me, who born and grow and come and get the knowledge about Marcus Garvey and his parents. And I feel good to know that I grow and know the place that where Marcus Garvey parents lay to rest.
Yes.
I feel good about that. So you see, while growing up, we get to understand from other whole people. We get to learn
Yes.
little about Garvey.
Yes.
And what we gather, the knowledge that I gather from other whole people is that I don't know of any Garvey born in St. Ann. All the Garvey, the knowledge that I gather about Garvey,
Yes.
every Garvey
Yes.
born is from Priory.
It's from Priory.
Right, and then now, while growing up, we used to come here, we are our friend, come down a little scrape, have a
Yes.
little chat, sit down here, we used to call here Great Ground.
Great ground.
Yeah, Great Ground we used to call it. We
Right.
used to call it.
This, you didn't
know
call
what?
this a burial spot.
No, we never call it a burial spot. Like we down the road, we say, yo, come, we are going up the road, we are going to Great Ground.
Yes.
We are going to Great Ground to sit down and burn and sleep.
So this was actually a meeting place where people used to come and,
Yes, we
and
come
talk
to create,
right
yes.
around the spot right here.
We sit all of them places here with us. People string right round.
Wow.
Sitting down, gonna burn them spirit, I'm gonna drink a one drink and a guineas.
Yes, yes,
And people have them chat.
yes.
So I feel good to know that I grow and know the spot where the remainder of the great Marcus Mosiah Garvey parents lay to rest.
What a wonderful presentation by Mr. Audley Prince. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. All these wonderful gentlemen coming together and to give us the knowledge that we so desperately yearn for. Because everybody do it, the Jews do it. They make sure that Holocaust will never happen again because they say Hitler killed over 6 million Jews in Germany. Over 500 million slaves were killed, murdered, some thrown overboard, fed to the sharks. Our history must be told, our history must be preserved so that our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, our great-great-great-great-grandchildren must know that this spot here is what? What you call it? What you call this spot?
Great ground.
This spot here is great ground.
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. And this spot, I will ask the owner, could you come over here?